Okay, so we're here at the North Gate on George Floyd Square. I'm here with Eliza, Tucson Morrison, Onsite Public Media. How did you come to this particular part of the square?
I was on Lake Street at first until they got doing what they do at the police station. And I was at home and I told the Lord that my assignment was done. He said, your assignment is not done. I need you to go in Chicago. I'm like, Chicago? So I said, Lord, whatever you want me to do, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I came down here on 37th Street. And when I came down here on 37th Street, it was chaotic.
Yeah.
Cars was coming in. Nobody was directing traffic, nobody. I got out of my car and I started directing traffic. I stood in the middle of the streets and started directing traffic, telling cars go this way, telling cars go this way, telling cars go this way. You can't come into the George Floyd Memorial. It wasn't a memorial then, it was just we had the block cut off where people could come in and drive in here.
Yeah.
And so when I came down here, everybody was looking like, what this crazy lady came from? She came from nowhere. I came from nowhere. Nobody know who I was or nothing. God sent me out here so I can help our people and control the traffic out here to make sure people are safe and make sure people are coming in here without getting hurt or anything like that. And so like I tell people, this is a village out here. This is a community. It's not 1, 2, 3 people. It's a whole community out here. And when I'm down here by myself, I'm never afraid of nothing. I came down here with the Spirit of the Lord, and I believe in God that He was direct my path, and He directed my path to be here. And I've been out here ever since the George Floyd died, 125 days. I've been out here every day, having not missed one day. I'm standing on the poles of George Floyd here.
And even as I'm down here, I met you over at the west wall, and I could just sense the energy and the kind of the attention that you had to this space. And even being here now, you know, you're keeping track of everything going in and out and all over the place. What has that been like for you?
It's been a rough ride for me, but you know what? I come here every day. When I get up, I ask the Lord to give me the strength to go out here and do what I need to do for our peoples. I'm doing everything I need to do for our peoples. I want to make sure you safe when you come up in here. I give you direction, let you know about the George Floyd Memorial. I let you know, walking through here, where the George Floyd, why he died at. Some days I get emotional out here. Yes, I cry because it's a hurting thing, it's a hard situation. But I keep myself together so I can have the people to come here. And then when they come here, I ask them, how do they feel about this?
Yeah.
What brings you here?
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to know what brings you here and what you here for.
Yeah.
What is your purpose of being here?
Yeah.
You know, do you feel our pain? I want everybody to feel the pain. It ain't just about us, it's about everybody. Everybody needs to feel the pain of what we're going through with George Floyd.
And I think for a lot of like Black Americans, like for me particularly, it was tough because you're not only seeing this modern day lynching occur like repeatedly, like on the internet. I haven't watched the video, just seen the pictures, but it's like a communal trauma that everybody's going through.
Yes.
You know, especially for Black folks to see this and then have to demand justice and burn buildings just to get the other 3 officers charged.
Yes. And that bothered me because, you know, it's like this thing was live. It wasn't like, it wasn't real. You know, when you seen it, it's looked like, is this really happening in Minnesota? Where you just take a man's life in live TV?
Yeah.
Just live in front of people? It's like, hey, you can see the hatred that was in the guy's eyes. And you can see that he looked on head on his neck like, hey, I got you now. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And that was a hard thing for me. When I looked at that, that hurted me because I'm from Mississippi. And a lot of people don't understand I'm from Greenville, Mississippi, and this goes on all the time. But what happened to George Floyd, it would not happen down there because we wouldn't allow that to happen to him, you know. But see, God don't make no mistake. It was time for a change. And this is a change that as Black American peoples that we got a time to make a change in our life right now. If we don't make a change right now, it's never gonna happen. So we're demanding the change because it's time and it was overdue, and this is our time. This is God's season.
Yeah. No, and it's I noticed something kind of in the inflection the way you're talking. I was born in New Orleans, and so you know you kind of get a kaleidoscope of folks from the South down there, and I was like, I think I'm gonna guess you from the South. But I think there was something to the passivity when everybody was sitting there watching.
Yes.
And like no mark on the person that was filming. There was like 4 police officers. That's a 17-year-old body that couldn't have broke that up. You know, there's you know danger looming. It's interesting that you remark on that. That wouldn't happen in Mississippi, but it happens here in a culture of passivity or people that feel that they've done enough because they voted Democrat or this, that, and the third. I want to get at this right here. You are now entering the free state of George Floyd. Who came up with this term, and when was this put up?
I did. I came up here. I was here. Wasn't nothing on the post. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing on George Floyd at this thing.
Yeah.
And so one day I just came and I had a lady named June Moon. June Moon came out here. She was like, "Gatekeeper, what is it, your words that you want to put out here? What is that you want to say?" And I said, "Give me a day or night over to think about it." And the next day I came up. I said, "June Moon, get over here." And a lady named Emily. I said, "We're gonna start off with this. Respect one another."
Yeah.
We demand respect one another. So then I said, let everybody know that they're in the free state of George Floyd. This is the George Floyd Memorial, and this is what this is gonna be. And then I said, not only that, we're gonna have a peaceful memorial. That means everybody come down here, we're expecting peace out of you. We're respecting, this is about the George Floyd Memorial. We're not having no confrontation. If you come down here with confrontation, we will escort you out.
Yeah.
Because this is not what this is about no more. We done had this too long. And we deserve justice, and we deserve peace here. We deserve respect, and we got to respect one another.
And I saw that happen, and like while there were some people that came in here pretty incapacitated and out of it.
Yes.
And folks came and like they just de-escalated, and there was no violence or anything. It was just
No.
like, hey brother, do you need some water? Do you
Yes.
need to lay down somewhere?
Yes.
So that resonated when you said we're going to respect one another, and we're not going to have anybody, you're going to get escorted out.
Yes. And so we have a DAPE here, the DAPE movement. They are the security team here. And like I said, it's a DAPE movement, but also it's the community.
Yeah.
The community is here doing everything, and plus we have a DAPE security. So we de-escalate problems here. We don't have confrontation here no more. All that confrontation is, we out of that. We're trying to make this place as a secret place with George Floyd. We don't have no type of violence down here, no fighting, no nothing no more. God has placed this place, and this place is at peace now.
Yeah. And I know that there's been some like community, like some disruptions around here and whatnot. But when you're here, the last thing I'll wrap up on is, so you had an artist put this up with the quote that
June
you gave
Moon.
it, June Moon, and then you also you said you kind of been following this call of God, and you have a vision for what it's going to look like down the line. What do you want to have happen for the future for George Floyd Square? And if the win occurs that you say that you believe that it will happen, I believe that it'll happen too. What do you think your involvement with the community will look like after the win?
My involvement with the community will still be coming out here doing what needs to be done, still supporting one another, still we need a helping hand. It just don't stop because we win.
Yeah.
It got to keep going. We want to make sure this place stay clean. We want to make sure that people's always be able to come here and tour this place safe without any type of hurt, harm, or conflict to anyone. We want to make sure whether it's winter, snowfall, or sleet, that everybody feels safe over here. And we want this to be secret safe of George Floyd. That's why I got right here, that you're entered in the free state of George Floyd. This is a free state, and it's a peaceful place here. And the peace is with his memorial, and we want that to sustain here.
Well, thank you so much for the time and energy. I know you got a job to do and be out here and look out for the North Gate. Thank you so much for your time, Eliza.
I appreciate you.
All right.
God bless.
Cool. God bless.